The beauty of launching a podcast or internet radio station is that it requires very little gear and software to manage it. It's so portable, in fact, that you can make any space and location your studio. So imagine powering your entire global 24/7 radio station with something as lightweight as the Zoom H8. Well, it doesn't get much more portable than this, so let's check it out. Thanks for checking out Radio.co on YouTube. If you want to see more kit reviews, live webinars, and handy broadcasting tips, then give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and click the bell icon. Hey, Phil here from Radio.co, and today I'm equipping myself with the Zoom H8, the handy recorder that adapts to your way of creating. Specifically designed to handle any audio environment you throw it in, the Zoom H8 is standing by to capture your radio show, live music performance, and even raw field recordings, especially considering it features 3 inbuilt apps that cater for each of those circumstances. Now, its predecessor, the Zoom H6, was a very popular device amongst the Radio.co team, as we used it an awful lot for some of our location recordings and some of our webinars. Of course, you've got your documentation for all those terms and conditions and troubleshooting, but inside this we've got a bag. Not the most luxurious bag, but it doesn't matter. It's what's inside it is what we're after. And here it is, the Zoom H8 in all of its sort of like Terminator's backbone-esque sort of design here. I must say they don't go for the most glamorous looking devices, but Zoom's products are all about practicality and capabilities rather than how pretty it looks. So don't let this fool you. This is going to be an absolute awesome piece of kit. Now that's not the only thing you get in the box at all. You also get this handy little pouch. What is inside this pouch, you may ask? Well, it's actually a set of additional microphones, these XYH microphones here, or XYH6 microphones they are to be exact. Now the purpose of these is, as I mentioned at the top, you can actually use the Zoom H8 for field recording. So these microphones are perfect for just capturing sort of the local sounds. And how you actually get these on is you take this little cap off here, and then you just plug it in at the top. Ta-da! There we go, just like that. So now you've got your microphones ready for capturing all that local sound like here. And that's kind of like a running theme with a lot of Zoom's kits. They allow you to use it as a microphone, not only as a audio interface, which again, we're going to be exploring a little bit later. Now these microphones here, they're the only ones that you get included in the box. However, there are a lot of other peripherals and instruments you can add to it. If you wish, there are extra microphones. We've got another one in the back, the SSH, I think it's called. You can even add on an entire additional body. So if you wanted to add an extra 4 XLR microphones onto this, you absolutely can. You just pop this thing off. As I was saying, as long as you take it off gently, of course, you can then just pop the Zoom an extra sort of 4 XLR microphone capabilities on the top of here. And there's lots of other specialty microphones for particularly, if you are doing a lot of specifically field recordings. But yeah, this is the device in all of its fairly looking wise primitive glory. But as I say, it's got your 6 XLR ports along the side here. It's got a display which we're going to be turning on in just a moment. So yeah, like I said, 6 XLR ports here. 2 of them actually double up as an XLR and a line input, which is A and B here at the sides. So obviously you can record your microphones as well as direct instruments and the likes of that. Now the display, which I'll turn on in just a moment, is a full color touchscreen display. Huge step up from the H6, which was, if I recall, it was managed just through like a lot of scrolling and button pressing, and quite a primitive screen. Now I mentioned before as well that there are 3 apps built into the Zoom H8, which cater for each of those environments that you may find yourself in, whether that is field recording, podcasting, or recording live music. So each of those apps are tailored to really help you make the most of that environment you're in, and ultimately make it a lot easier for you to actually do these performances, these shows, these recordings. There's also a handy thing as well, because as well as these microphone ports, of course, here, there are additional ports where you can plug in your headphones, but also a line-in port as well. So if you wanted to capture any sounds from a mobile device, whether that is a phone interview that you may be doing on your station, or you just wanted to capture a bit of sound off it, there is the ability to plug that in as well. So that's kind of what it should do. Let's kind of let's mill around the office, let's find different portable places to go and start recording, as that is the appeal of this. You know, the idea is that you can literally set up your radio station or broadcast anywhere you want to. So yeah, let's see anywhere we want to go. Let's head to the kitchen. Well, I say kitchen, I mean kitchen come podcast studio, as that's where we're currently testing out the podcast app, the feature, one of the 3 features found in the Zoom H8. So this is kind of like the setup we've gone for here. Me as the lead host, naturally, and then my absent guest who is not here. Obviously. And yes, so the way that this app works is when you fire it up, you can plug up to 4 microphones into the Zoom H8, or rather use 4 microphones in the Zoom H8 when you are using this feature. So they work in 1, 2, A and B. So 1 and 2 and A and B at the sides here. So you could potentially have a like a podcast, or really, you know, a discussion, an interview, a show even that you're pre-recording for you and up to 3 guests. So as you can see on the display, you know, my levels are coming through beautifully on this particular microphone, and although my guest is not here, you should be able to see that they're coming through nicely as well. And it's a very, very simple, basic tool, but it's a great way, as Zoom's products have always been, to record pre-recorded say discussions, interviews, chats. Now, the thing that this has that really, really ups its game from the H6 is it's a little daft. I think the reason why I do like it so much, but it's become commonplace in a lot of podcasts and indeed radio shows, is the inclusion of a little soundboard. And in fact, there's 13 sounds preloaded onto the Zoom H8, and you can replace as many as you want. Here we are in the streets of Manchester again with the Zoom H8, and we're using the field recording app now. Now, I mean, you wouldn't usually use these microphones, the X and Y microphones at the top, to do a broadcast necessarily from outside. You would plug in your XLR microphone and probably use the podcast side of things. The reason for this particular app is to, well, as it suggests, record sounds in the field, raw audio. So, you know, there are lots of crinkly leaves and puddles and people falling over and cars are going past and buses crashing. So if I wanted to record any sounds for those, that's what this is for. I guess you would be better using this particular app in a more of an enclosed environment, where, like a studio, for example, recording a lots of noises for a radio drama or a radio play, or, you know, something along the lines of that. And, you know, you could very easily use this just to record all the noise in the particular area, like that. So that's a really good user case for it, I think, just using it in the background of stuff. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I'd probably use other things as well. Up until this point, I've just been droning on and on about recording audio. But of course, we're radio broadcasters who aren't confined solely to the realm of pre-recorded audio. No, we like to present our shows live, and all we need to do that is a capable, portable audio interface, and thankfully, the Zoom H8 expertly operates as one anytime you need it to. Simply connect it up to your Windows PC, Mac, or iPad. Select the audio interface option on the touchpad itself, and select your particular device. If you are connecting to a PC, you will want to install the specific driver from Zoom's website. Otherwise, for Mac and iPad, it's plug in and play. Also as well, a difference between the two is when you do plug it into a Windows device, your Mac device, of course, it will be powered by the power running through your computer. If you are using iPad, it will rely on the batteries that thankfully are included in the box. Now, once connected and selected within your digital audio workstation, it's ready to rock and roll. Simply hook everything in and you're ready to get on air for that live audio, particularly if it's going through your computer, through Radio.co, and live on air for your audience's delight. Okay, so it's quite difficult for me to really describe this as one of my usual Fildean reviews, because typically I'm used to consistently comparing what I have in front of me with something I've previously had in front of me. Whilst with the Zoom H8, there is nothing to directly compare it to. I mean, except the H6, of course, but that's exactly my point. This device right here, the Zoom H8, is in a completely different league. It's in a league of its own, to be exact. Like, there's nothing that can really stand up and fight this device. Therefore, what do I compare it to? I mean, for years, Zoom have consistently been at the forefront of a pretty barren landscape when it comes to producing incredibly high quality yet portable audio recorders cum interfaces. So of course it comes to no surprise in saying that the Zoom H8 is a truly amazing piece of equipment that you'll be singing about and broadcasting about, of course, for many years and perhaps decades to come. Sure, there's other powerful devices capable of recording, and broadcasting together, such as the Rodecaster Pro in front of me, but I guarantee you won't find something more compact, powerful, versatile, professional, and kinda cute than the Zoom H8? I guess, until the Zoom H16 comes out. But that's just what I thought anyway. Is there a different trusty recording companion you always turn to? Or is there indeed a more portable way of taking your radio station wherever you go? Let us know in the comments below, or you can send me an email directly via studio@radio.co. And if you're interested in seeing more reviews just like this, or indeed webinars, instructional videos, or even tutorials, then why not give us a like and a subscribe? Just hit the bell icon there, and every time we do a new video such as this, and indeed in the future, you'll be the first to check it out. And until next time, wherever you lay your radio station, take care and happy broadcasting. And just before you go, how would you like to launch your very own online radio station? Surprisingly, it's a lot simpler than you may think. And the absolute best way to get started is by chatting to myself or another member of the Radio.co team. To do that, just head to Radio.co/demo to schedule a video call with us, where we'll discuss your plans, answer your questions, and of course, guide you around the Radio.co software.